Microphone? Ah, microphone's back. Okay. My microphone was not working for ages then. I don't know why. Hello everyone. Hello ladies and gentle ladies, I should say. Welcome back to another railroad development stream. I'm really hoping today we can finish off this Gradle stuff because I really want to move on. I don't feel like we're making progress with this Gradle stuff, so hopefully we can finish that today. So I think we're just going to get started, get straight into it. Where's my camera? Hello? Where's my camera gone? Things are not going well today. I don't know why. Today is just not going well. Where is my camera? It should be working. Oh, I think maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now we're ready. Ignore the giant hole in the wall behind me. There, yeah, there. No. Oh my god, this is really hard to point to. That way? That way? That way? No, wait. If I just do that. Yeah, there. Kind of. Yeah, there. Ignore that. We have a leak in the roof, so that's exciting. So we're getting someone to come fix it, which is good fun. But okay. Railroad, yes. So I haven't worked on Railroad in... well, since last Sunday, and we didn't really do anything on Sunday last week. We did a little bit. So really since last Saturday, I haven't done anything on Railroad. I did a little bit of pre-stream stuff just to try and fix a couple weird issues. But yeah, we have a lot of problems right now. So for those who are not caught up with what we got to the last couple streams, essentially we've rewrote the entire Gradle system, and we've made it so it now uses our own plugin. So if we open this is the Railroad Gradle plugin. And basically this fetches all of the information about a project that we should need. I say that, it actually doesn't fetch everything that we will need, which is probably something we're going to have to fix today. Specifically this. So here basically we are getting some data from the Gradle facet, but the problem with that is the facet needs the Gradle data, so we're kind of in a recursive loop of it just fails. So like if I run it right now, you'll see exactly what I mean. We'll experience a problem pretty quick, so we'll give it a run. Last time we also left off where we had an issue here. Basically we had to find a way to find all the configurations. And we had the same problem in here as well with the tasks. I've wrote a temporary solution for this. I would say it's temporary because it's not ideal. You can see that this is not going to be that efficient, but it's probably fine in reality. But we'll see. So here I've got Railroad ran, and if we just open, it doesn't really matter what we open. Let's open the tutorial. Yeah, you see instantly there we got an exception. So no such element exception, and if we go into here we can see it lines up to Git Gradle settings line 121, which is right here. So for some reason this gets the facet. And basically it does that because it passes that into the build Gradle settings, but that's kind of like, we do want that. The problem is that we want that. But it's also not ideal. The entire problem here is because the facet itself uses the Gradle manager to get the Java version, which is fine, but the problem is that the Gradle manager uses the facet, and it uses the facet to get, we have a look in here, we can see that it uses it to get the Gradle version. Now that's not oh, don't know what happened there, my voice just disappeared for a second. This isn't strictly necessary. We could very much not do that, right? Like, you can see if I get rid of this, it will only give us this line as an error. So we could get rid of that, or well, yeah, okay, actually, let's think about this. So we're actually just doing a null check here anyways. So maybe what we could do in here, we're doing or else throw if it can't find the facet. But maybe what we actually want to do is just map it to null. So if we take this, completely just yeet that line, and then just do this, and then map it to get the data. So map to, what was it? Gradle, no, facets, get data, and then just do or else null. That should, hypothetically, mean that when we get in here, it sees the facet as null, and so it just delegates it to null. So if it's not null, it gets the Gradle version, else it's just null. Which isn't ideal, because that kind of means it's always going to be null. This is the kind of thing where I'm like, maybe I should just yeet the facet. Like, just get rid of this. Like, this doesn't need to exist. I can fetch all of this information from trying to find it, from here somewhere. We can fetch it here. Like, I think if I do project dot, we can get Gradle, and then from Gradle, I think we can get the version? Yeah, we can get the version. I think we can, there's a way to know if it's using the wrapper, I think. And then you can see you can get the home dir and the user home dir. I don't know what task graph is. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? Get all tasks. Damn, I wish I knew about that earlier. Does that work? No, that can't be right. That has to be the currently executing tasks, right? Surely. It has to be. Is it? Yeah, I think so. I would say that's probably all of the tasks. Hello, Aleatoria. Welcome to the stream. How's Gradle treating you? Not well. It hates me, actually. Well, yeah, we have a love-hate relationship, me and Gradle. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I hate it. Right now, I have no opinion of it, actually, because the problems I'm having are not really with Gradle. It's with my own shitty code, so... yeah. I'm just thinking, like, in here... I need to look at how I got these before I wrote this Gradle system. I think I just manually read the Gradle.properties file. Maybe I just need to still do that and not try use the new system. But that just seems very rudimentary. I mean, what I want to do right now is I really want to just do this. That's what I want to do right now. That would be great. I don't know that I can do that, though. I don't know if I use any of that anywhere. Hello, Fortnite. Welcome to the stream. Let's have a look, actually. I'm curious. If I do just remove those fields, what errors? Okay, actually, nothing. Like, yeah, nothing, really. I mean, it errors in the actual detection because it can't set those fields. Yeah. That is kind of a problem. But, like, I could just do that. I mean, I could even probably just get rid of all of this. And even this, like, just get rid of this. Create a new data and just return it. I mean, that would work, technically. That just feels really weird because then the data is useless. It doesn't store anything. Oh, I really don't know. This is the kind of thing where we have multiple different systems in Railroad and they just don't necessarily work well together. Do you have an idea of how many classes how many classes your project have? I assume is what you meant to say. To answer that, I don't know. Well, we can run, is it called SCC? I don't remember exactly how that works. We have 492 Java files, 49 CSS files, that's kind of crazy. How many lines of code do we have? Not that many, in reality, which is kind of crazy. I mean, obviously, this is without the parser, right? Which we haven't worked on in ages, and we're going to have to come back to that at some point. We can't just leave that forever. That's without the parser. The parser was like 10,000 lines or something, right? It was kind of crazy. So that will add a lot. And then semantic analysis as well. That's going to be a lot. And then we're going to have to write a parser for, like, Groovy. We're going to have to write a JSON parser. We're going to have to write a Kotlin parser. We're going to have to write a TOML parser, I think. Anything else? I mean, probably something like Markdown as well, but I don't know. Currently for Markdown, we're using this library that does it all for us. Don't necessarily know if that's what we want to do in the long run. We'll see. Also, I've got some good old Fanta today. You should cut down on your CSS. I mean, we kind of can't. I mean, we can. I mean, the only reason we have so much CSS is because of the default dark and the default light. If you look at these, that's 5,400 lines. And the light will be probably, yeah, pretty much exactly the same. So that's the only reason we have so much CSS. I mean, why is this here? That should be in components. Oh, never mind. This is for, oh, right. Yeah, this is for, like, alerts. Like, actual UI alerts, not, like, an Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's separate because it's not a component, basically. Okay. I mean, it could be in components, but we'll ignore that for now. Okay. I think for now we're just going to leave it like this, but I'm going to write a to-do here, and I'm going to have to come back to this and say, I mean, I don't know how we're going to populate this realistically. But we're going to have to find some way to do it. So I'm just going to say to-do, come back to this and... I mean, it's like we can't add more data though. You can see here I've even got a to-do that rewrites this to use the Gradle manager, but the problem is the Gradle manager uses this. Oh. Because the Gradle manager doesn't run if it doesn't have a Gradle facet. I mean, theoretically, we can set data in the facet at a later date. We don't have to do that immediately. So for that reason, actually, I mean, it still is the case though. Like we don't need to store any data. So actually, I think I made a blank facet data or something. I feel like I did that. Maybe I imagined it, but I feel like that's something I did. Maybe not. We don't have a facet data class because the data is just an object. Okay, for now we're just gonna leave it. But I'm gonna say come back to this and figure out what data it should store. Because right now it doesn't need to store anything. What are parsers? Parsers are a way to parse things. I mean, I don't know, man. How you know what I will do? I will link the lovely document I wrote. I always forget that I wrote it. I spent like an hour writing it, and then I completely forgot that I wrote it. Hello, Lone Wolf. Welcome to the stream, and hello, Wide. Welcome to the stream. Let's try find. Where did I write it actually? Oh, yes, I remember. I remember, but I don't know where it is. This, open a new tab. Yes, that's the one. Okay, if you want to learn about parsers or lexers or semantic analysis or any of that, read this. And I wrote a whole thing so that you can understand everything about it. So there you go. That saves me having to try and explain it on the stream because that's just not going to work well. Okay. Yeah, this is still going to pose a little bit of a problem, I suppose. But as a solution, we will just yeet that. Yeet that. Ooh, I don't know. I guess we just give it null. That's very suboptimal. That's really bad. I don't know how we would not do that though. I mean, I guess we do just like do has Gradle wrapper, which searches for the Gradle wrapper file. So we could do a very similar thing. But I thought you would just ignore chat. I was like 10 minutes behind. Damn. No, man. Don't ignore chat. Prefer wrapper when available. External installation only needed when wrapper is absent. Why? Is this necessary? This is really annoying because this just isn't actually necessary. Let me have a look at this actually for a second. And just look at, like, is all of this even necessary? I think it is, isn't it? Because and if I look at, like, what does this do? Project.getData store that reads Gradle setting. Okay. Right. But the thing is, those are all going to be, they're not going to be present on the first run. And so, even though it may do that, and also, it does the exact same thing here. I'm kind of concerned this isn't going to work. Because it never writes to the setting. How has your week been? It has been very tiring. I get home and I have to go to sleep 2 hours later. So, yeah, that's literally, I have to wake up at 5. Yeah, 5-ish. I mean, it kind of depends on the day. But usually I have to wake up at 5. I have to leave, like, well, it kind of depends. It actually depends a lot. More recently, I've been waking up at 6 and then leaving at 5:30 and then sitting on a train for an hour and a half. But I have to change twice. An hour and a half to 2 hours. It kind of depends. And then, yeah, when I get into London, I have to wait for like 40 minutes. So I have to find something to do for 40 minutes, which usually just involves going Mackies, because I'm lazy and I don't know what else to do. And then, yeah, and then I'm in meetings and shit from 9 till whenever I decide to go home, which is usually 4 or 5, sometimes 5:30, and then, yeah, then I've got to try and get a train home in rush hour, which means it's extremely busy, and I usually don't get a seat until like half an hour away from my house, which is fun. And then I have to try and drive home from the station, which is horrible because I can't demist my windows. It's a whole thing, man. There's so much. Yeah, and I get home, I have to have dinner, and then I'm basically going to bed like an hour and a half later. So, yeah. Don't have much time during the weeks anymore. But yeah, I finish on Wednesday, so you know that'll be fine. I know your car was a present from your dad, but I would have gone around looking at cars. But my car is fine. It's just that the friggin' fans don't work. Like that's it. That's the only issue with it. Other than that, it is a completely fine car. It's actually a pretty good car. I'm even learning how to speed up faster as well. I always thought that the car was really bad at accelerating. I thought that like it just like in 5th gear it was really bad at going up to like 70, but I've kind of figured it out now. There's like a little bit of a knack to it. So now I can get up to 70 in like, I don't know, like a couple of seconds maybe. I don't know, 10 seconds probably, which is pretty cool. Wait, you drive manual? Yes, Lone Wolf. Most people in the UK drive manual. It's what, like 60% manual or something like that. It's quite a lot. And I wouldn't want to drive automatic. Well, I don't know. Maybe I would. It depends why I was driving. In an ideal world, I'd love to have a manual and an automatic. So for boring journeys, I could just do automatic. And then when I want to have more fun, I can drive a manual. That'd be sick. Obviously, you know, you have to be rich for that. So regardless, this is not related to Railroad. What do we have to do? Well, yeah, this is the issue right now. To do, yeah, I mean, kind of what it did before is actually correct. So we want to read that Gradle.properties file, and we need to find out what the version is. So if we go back to has Gradle wrapper here, oh god, we can actually have a method, private string get Gradle version. No. What? No, stop it. Oh, it is literally just this, followed by try? What are we trying? Oh yeah, I guess so, because we have to do IO. Fair enough. Line.trim, if line starts with distribution, URL is equal substring, gets the last slash, gets the dash. Trying to remember what the format is. I think that is correct, because I think it's version dash something bin or something. I don't remember, honestly, because this isn't the kind of thing you would remember. Oh yeah, okay, it's Gradle dash and then the version and then dash bin dot zip. Okay, so sure, we'll get the dash index, we'll get the dot index. Right, so that's the last dash, so the dash bin dot index. Why do we need that though? Because that's just going to be at the very end, right? Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. So substring from the last dash to the dot. That's not correct. From the last dash to the dot. That would get us bin. Well done, Copilot. You are incorrect, I think. substring. Let's just think about this. So we're starting basically at or after the equals, right? So we're starting here. So, and we want to get to here. So we could take the index. What I would do is I would take the last dash, and then I would substring to just get this, and then I would take the last dash again, and then substring just basically from that last dash. So I think this is not the best way to do it. So I don't think we care. Oh wait, why are we using this? What's the last slash for? If dash index is greater than last slash. Okay, but then it just wants to break. That's not correct. Okay, what I would do is I would get the last dash. I don't care about the last slash. Right, so the last dash is going to be this one. So let's just then substring up to that. So URL is equal URL.substring to dash index plus 1. No, we just want a substring to dash index, right? That would basically get us this. And then we'll do the same thing again, but basically the opposite. So we'll say dash index is equal to URL.last index of dash. Right, so it's basically the same thing. If it's -1, so if it doesn't exist, then we substring 1 to dash index. No, that doesn't make any sense. Or does it? Would you do that? If there's no dashes, that would give you this, basically. But with nothing, but without this. I don't think that's the best way to do it. Well, I guess it could be fine. The other option, of course, is just do this, which might just be easier. I think let's just do that. If there's no dash, we'll just do that. That's fine. Okay. Then what we want to do is we just want to take it up to, or basically from the dash index. So URL is equal URL.substring 0 to dash index. No. So we want to substring dash index, which starts at dash index, right? A call to substring always fails as an argument is out of bounds. No? Oh, wait, this is if it's not equal -1. This is meant to be if it is equal -1. Okay. That's why. So then that's just it. That's it, isn't it? Do I not just return that? I think so. I don't know why Copilot's not liking it, but I think that is correct. Sure, we'll do that. Well, I guess we can kind of log something here, right? So we can just do like railroad. Oh, hello? Oh, IntelliJ is crashing. Oh, we're back. Railroad.logger.error. Something went wrong reading that. Sure. Yeah. We'll go with that. Okay, and then, yeah, just return null if, what, the file doesn't exist or something? Yeah, okay. That's fine. So return URL.substring dash index, which starts at the last dash index, which is the second to last dash index. I guess I could technically You can do like last index of and pass in a from index. So there's probably a way to make this a little bit more efficient. You know, I actually want to know, is there a way to make this more efficient? Is there any way to improve this? Oops, I accidentally put a hash on the end. I do that all the time. I suspect there's a way. I don't know how though. Let's see what it says. So the line in the file gets the line substrings from there. Or if it's if it has quotes. Would it have quotes? Maybe? Extract file name portion. Yeah. That might be a better thing to do. I unfortunately do agree. I mean, what is this? Yeah, I kind of agree with that as well. That a regular expression is probably a little bit better. And then fallback, take substring after the last dash and strip the extent. Yeah. I have to say I do agree that this is probably a little bit better. So, fine. We will give in to the AI overlords. Get rid of these silly little comments because I think this is very easy to read. Now, I don't like compiling a pattern every single time, but I also don't really want to have pattern sitting in this class because it's kind of random to sit in this class. I'll leave this comment. I think that's just a better thing to have, just to explain this little part, because this part's a little bit different. That's obvious. No need for that comment. I'm also tempted to return null here rather than here, but it doesn't really matter. I think it's a little bit more confusing being here though, isn't it? Because it's like, okay, when could it get here? And you have to figure out when that could happen. So I'm going to put that there. That's a little bit better. Why is this complaining? Redundant escape character. I don't think that's true, right? Or are dots in square brackets? Do you have to escape dots when they're in square brackets? Let's have a look. Regex 101. Okay, we're going to take our regular expression. And we're going to plonk it in here. And see what it says. Yeah. So, and if I did that... Oh no, that is fine. So surely that could also be like that, right? Yeah. You don't need to backslash anything in reality. Because that matches the literal character. That's what I thought it did, which why I was a little bit confused. Yeah, I was a little bit confused why it's backslashed those, because they don't need to be backslashed. So let's... Oh, wait. I should probably check Java. I mean, Java 8, maybe? Sure. Once again, I don't think it really matters. Yeah. Do they not have a new... Why have they put Java 8? I do wonder, has something changed in recent versions? I don't know. Probably. But oh well. It'd be nice if IntelliJ was able to do basically what regex 101 does, and like shows you what each group does and character does. That'd actually be very cool. Maybe a feature for Railroad if someone wants to do that. I don't know how you would do that. That sounds actually really complicated, but anyways, let's move on. So now that we've done that, we can now actually call this somewhere. So if we go here, yeah, sure, then we can go string Gradle version is equal get Gradle version, and then we can just pass in Gradle version. Now technically, actually, we put that as wrapper version there. So okay, wait, I've forgotten how you refactor. I've been doing stuff on my laptop so much that I don't remember what it normally is. Wait, what? Okay. I don't think I normally use Shift F6. On my laptop, I do use Shift F6. But I don't recall normally using Shift F6. This is the thing, man. When you're using a different keyboard every day for like a week and a half, and then you suddenly go back to using your normal keyboard again. Shift F6 doesn't feel right, though. I think I normally use something else. I thought it was Alt Shift R, but that's not working, which is confusing me a little bit. Because Shift F6 requires me to use both my hands, and I'm pretty sure that I can do it without doing that. Wait, if I go refactor it... Huh. It says it is Shift F6. Okay, maybe I'm actually losing it, because I don't remember doing that. I mean, I can do like Control R, but that's like find replace. That's a little bit different. Why did I think it's Alt Shift R? That just feels right because I can do it with one hand. If I do Shift F6, I can kind of just do it with one hand. Okay. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. I really am getting distracted today. I don't know why. Don't know what's happening. Regardless, that's kind of the only thing I wanted to do. I don't know where we're up to now. Let's run and see what happens. Because we should have got rid of the error that we had now. Yeah, the only thing is this, actually. We actually don't want to do this anymore. Let's just get rid of that. Which makes that a lot simpler as well, which is good. So let's see what happens now. I also want to figure out how I can get it to start on a different monitor. Let me have a quick Google. Oh, you kind of can. Interesting. So you actually have to do... You actually have to set the X and Y position of the stage. You can't just tell it which screen to run on. You have to tell it, like, within the space of, you know, my 3 monitors, it has to sit on the XY position of this monitor. That's kind of crazy. Wait, Turty, when did you get new headphones? Or is it the same? Bro, these are the exact same headphones. What do you mean? They have not changed. Though I could do with some new headphones. Purely just because this microphone pisses me off, bro. It's always friggin' Up, down, up, down, up, down. It doesn't lock in place anymore. It's meant to when you push it up. It's meant to lock in place, and it does kind of do that sometimes. Like right now it has. But like if I tap it ever so slightly, it just drops. Which means even if I like shake my head a little bit, it drops. And it really pisses me off. Really annoying. I would use my normal like day-to-day headphones, but they're a little bit too tight. So I don't want to do that. These are Logitech. Yes, they are the. I have the box somewhere. Don't know where the box is actually. My mum might have got rid of it. I think they're the G40 something? 42? Maybe? Does that sound right? Oh man, I don't know anything about yeah, 432, that's it. 432. I think those are the ones. You can check on the Logitech hub. I don't think I can. No, because they're actually plugged into. They're not plugged into my computer. They're plugged into my speakers, which are plugged into my computer. Which may sound really weird, but it's because my computer, for some reason, yeah, it doesn't have a port. Wait. I just realized that I don't even need that. Okay, the reason I plugged them into my speakers is because... Wait, now I don't even know. Why did I plug them into my speakers? I think it's because it was annoying me having to change audio devices all the time. I think that's why I did that. So I just plugged them into my speakers, and now that means if I want to use my speakers, I just unplug the thing, boom, unplug, and boom, plug back in, and it doesn't change audio devices, which is great. But anyways, it has to have a port. It should be in the back of the. I have a port up here on my computer, but yeah, I plug it into my speakers because it's easier. The problem is, I think it does maybe make the audio sound worse. I think because it's using speakers, not. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't, but I feel like that makes logical sense, right? Anyways, let's see if this friggin' works now. In theory, everything will work. We should hopefully have a full dependency tree, a full task tree. It should all be there. We're gonna have to give it a second to like do its shit. You should look into getting a G435. I'm honestly not like G435. I mean, they don't look that bad. Yeah, but these are wireless, man. I don't. I think using wireless is like the thing you use most of the time would just really piss me off. Because you'd have to charge it all the time. G733 lasts about 8 to 10 hours if you use it full day. But yeah, but like 8 to 10 hours is nothing. I'm on my PC all day, man. Some days, anyway. It's not every day. But some days I am. G733. Let's have a look at these. Those are so much more expensive. What the fuck? I look at that compared to the G435. It's like, holy shit, the price difference is crazy. Does it say how I mean how long they say it lasts is going to be complete and utter bullshit, realistically. Like, they'll say it lasts, oh, it lasts friggin' 8 days, and it will end up actually only lasting, you know, a day. Because they're counting for you using it for like 1 hour a day or something. Mine lasts for 14 hours. You know what the great thing about these is? They last forever, man. Okay, they last forever. I mean, not literally forever. Someday they will die, but functionally forever. I don't ever have to charge them. It's great. Okay, I'm kind of upset because this isn't working. And I don't know why. Just get some wired Hyper XES. What the fuck is that? I've never even heard of that. Okay, I type in Hyper XES and it comes up with hypersexuality. Refers to a persistent, intense, uncontrollable focus on sexual thoughts. Lovely. I don't need that, Alex. Thank you. I appreciate your input. HyperX is... Okay, I don't know that that's necessarily going to come up with anything better. Okay, okay, you can't just say HyperX, bro. They friggin' vary so much in price. There's someone here for 30, and then there's someone here for 140. Like, bro. But anyways, I'm not getting a new headset anytime soon. The only thing I will get anytime soon... I'm not going to get it anytime soon, but the only thing I would get anytime soon is a new microphone. I want to get one of the really good ones. The Shure MV7 would be great, but that's £300, so not anytime soon, unfortunately, but it would be great. I really like that, because this microphone's okay, but it's like it kind of pisses me off sometimes. For some reason, I find that this microphone is okay when I'm streaming, but for some reason when I'm recording, it just I don't know why. It just goes really bad. It used to be fine. It's probably one of the settings I've set, to be honest, but I don't know, man. I think if I talk away from the microphone as well, like if I talk like this, I feel like you probably can't hear me. Right? Maybe? Am I correct? No, you actually can hear me. That actually wasn't too bad, but sometimes apparently it also cuts out. Or at least that's what Alex says. I don't know. You guys can confirm or not whether or not you hear that whilst I'm streaming. That's a silly comment. But yeah, I don't know, man. Bro, you clipped it happening once. Once. No one has ever said anything before or after that. I still don't believe you that it clips out. Maybe that's because no one's ever said anything. I don't know. You guys will have to please let me know if I cut out at some point. I would love to know. Because I don't think it happens. But, I could be wrong. Think of it like this. It's never cut out when I've recorded a video. Ever. So... I don't know. Who knows, man? Regardless, I don't know why this isn't working. And it really is making me quite upset. Okay, let's think. What causes that pane to show up? Well, it happens in the... somewhere? The... this one? This one, right? I think. Yeah. This. Describe facet detected event. Facet type is equal Gradle. I mean, that should work then, right? Because it is detecting the Gradle facet. Like, if we look down here, it says detected 3 facets for project. Is it because it's happening too early? Maybe? Maybe the fact that it's not running a Gradle build anymore means that actually, in reality, it's detecting the facets too early. Right? Because if we think about this, the IDE scene, I believe, is created after the project is opened, I think. Because if we look at where this is called, it's called here. Well, it does call discover assets afterwards. That's interesting, actually. I thought it happened beforehand. Okay, well, in that case, what we could do is we could just plonk a breakpoint in there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's plonk a breakpoint in there and see what happens. Because it's obviously detecting the facet. It has to be. So it's just a matter of, like, when it detects it, what is it doing? Is it not sending the event? Is it the fact that the event is firing before it's being subscribed to? I think that's highly improbable. But let's have a look. So let's open tutorial mod. Once again, it doesn't really matter. And I mean, it hasn't hit. That breakpoint has not hit. I mean, I could have breakpointed here, but I think... I mean, maybe? Maybe it could be that the projects aren't equal? Would that be the case, though? I think that's, once again, highly improbable. Yeah, I think that's incredibly improbable. I think what's probably happening here is that either the event isn't firing, but I don't know why that would happen because I haven't changed anything, or more likely, somehow, and I don't know how because I don't necessarily think this makes any sense, but somehow the event fires before this line is called. But I don't think that's possible, because if you look at where this method is called... Oh. Aha, that actually is very possible. Because it happens in a run later. And so, if we look at where this is called, which is here, then we can see that discover facets happens directly after that method. So discover facets, it does technically run them asynchronously though. Even this is async, actually. Could that really happen before the JavaFX thread picks it up, though? I mean, we're basically talking about a race condition either way, which isn't ideal. That's not what we want. What we do know is that the IDE setup, so this right here, switching to the IDE, this should only take maybe 5 seconds on the slowest computer on the planet, right? It's not doing anything computationally expensive. It's just objectively not. So what we can probably guarantee on is just making it so that discover facets happens like 5 seconds later. But that's probably not the best way to do it. The only other... what makes your IDE different from any other generic IDE that makes it better for modding? Currently, nothing. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, because I've been through this like 10 bajillion times. Yeah, sure, this has a good enough explanation. Check the GitHub. We have a whole thing on the future plans here. Yeah, I mean, this explains everything, really. Oh, this is good. I actually don't remember it being this good. Actually a lot better than I thought. Also, at some point, we might have to consider getting a new logo. Because I think I like it, but it's also, it's too complex. Like it kind of is just too complex. We need something a little bit simpler. Because in an ideal world, it should be able to be turned into an SVG, and that's not possible with this in any way, shape or form. So something we're going to have to consider at some point, a way to redesign the logo. I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to have to do that at some point. Will you add a sound generator? I don't know what that means. What is a sound generator? Why am I not using this? How am I not using this? Do I really not use that? Maybe not. That should probably be gone. Okay, anyways. Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking with this is that never mind, actually, that doesn't make sense. I guess the only question, the ability to make sound files in the IDE via instruments and stuff, no. That is not happening. We are not, Railroad is not, a music program. Right. You realize how much work that would be, right? That's probably more work than making an IDE itself. Like, that would be crazy. It's like, and it's like no one would even use that. If we're being realistic, no one would even use it. You can get much better sounds on friggin' free, what's it called? Free sound thing? Yeah, free sound org. You can get a bunch of good shit on that. So, yeah. No, we are not adding that. If you want to make a friggin' plugin for it, feel free, but you will be spending probably many months on that. Probably many years, let's be realistic. But those are non-original made by us. Yep, sure. But like, who cares? You know? If you have the license to it, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you want to make your own sound, your best option is just record a weird-ass sound, put it into Audacity, and faff around with it a little bit, and you'll get something that's probably fine. Regardless, you guys are once again distracting me and making me lose track of what I was doing. Okay, yes. Okay, what I was doing is I wanted to see, does it not just check in here? It doesn't. Okay. But I guess that wouldn't really matter, actually, because this doesn't happen. Oh, no, this does happen in a platform.run later. Okay, so in that case, what we can do that kind of solves all of our problems here is... See, I guess that happens in a platform.run later. But that doesn't really matter. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. Okay, what we can do is we can take this out, right? So extract this into a method, kaplonk, and then just say, let's call it, I don't know, open Gradle tab. Okay, sure. Right, and then what we can do... Oh, that takes in the event, though. Why does that take in the event? Event of facets. I see. We can just refactor that to take in the facet itself. Right. Facets. And then this can just take in event.facet. Right? And then what we can do is we can just have a very basic thing in here that says if project dot has facet type dot facet types. What is the thing? What's the facet manager? Why the fuck did I put it in there? Okay, whatever. If it has the Gradle facet, then we just do this, basically. Manager.Gradle. That is a thing, it's just, yeah, this. Or else throw, because that should never happen. Are you going to make your own parser? Yes, and we are already doing that. I don't have like a link to it or anything, but we're doing that on a separate branch. At some point I will get back to that. I just haven't had the time. I say, for example, making biomusic. I think if you want to make biomusic, you need to just hire a musician. I can't lie. Like, no one is gonna make their own biomusic. That's like, you know, like most people aren't even an artist and a developer in one, right? So the chances that someone is an artist, developer, and a musician is highly improbable. I think the only person I know who is all three of those things is Ilya. He is the only person I know that can do all three of those things. Because he's just a pro at everything, I guess. But I don't think most people can do that. Yeah, and he's a friggin' painter as well. And a friggin' chemistry nerd, and God knows what else. I don't even want to know what else at that point. So, yeah. Anyways, let's try this. See what happens. And hopefully it works. I can only focus on two things, but never master both. You know, funny thing is, I'm terrible at, like, everything. The only thing I'm, like, somewhat okay at is programming. I don't think I'm good at anything else. I can't think of anything else that I'm good at. I genuinely don't think I'm good at anything else. I'm not even good at freaking games, bro. Like, I'm so bad at Siege. It's actually catastrophic. I don't know. Yeah, I genuinely can't think of anything else I'm, like, even remotely okay at. Which is, a whole thing. If I were to make it, would you accept PR? Sure. I mean, yeah, sure. If you want to do that, sure. The thing is, I'm like good at everything enough that I can pass things. So like exams, I was always good enough that I could pass the exam. But I was never, like, good at it. So everything kind of went fine. So that's kind of just how I am with everything. I'm, like, good enough to friggin' pass the test on it. But I'm not great actually at it. In general. Also, I have no idea why this isn't working, by the way, guys. Let me run it again and see what happened. I think it showed the loading spinner. So I'm guessing it didn't actually find any tasks. Oh, pardon me. I'm gonna be gassy now because I'm friggin' drinking Fanta. I haven't had Fanta in months. Okay, I wasn't looking again. I think there was a loading thing. I think I saw it in the corner of my eye. Maybe I'm imagining it, though. 1 second. Yeah, I'm looking. There was. Okay, there was. I didn't imagine it. There was a loading thing, but it only lasted like a second or two. Which is interesting. I don't know why that would happen. Like, if I refresh, what does it do? Okay, that takes a little bit longer. Okay. Is the plugin API still in progress? Significantly, yes. So much so that it needs to be scrapped and rewritten from scratch. Which is once again just one of those things I haven't got around to doing. There are so many of those things. And I can't even think of them all off the top of my head. But like they're in my head somewhere. It's somewhere in my head I'm thinking I need to get and friggin' do that at some point. But there's just so many of them and they're all such massive tasks. I just don't have time. especially not at the moment, is what I will say. Anyways, let's hop into here. Why am I using friggin' lambdas? Okay. The reason I don't like lambdas, by the way, I mean, I love lambdas. I do. I think this is great, right? Functional programming, lovely. Looks cool. But it is just how to debug. Like, I can't debug this. And I really need to, because I need to know what the modules are, and I need to know what the tasks it finds. I need to know if it even finds a project, right? Okay. I mean, I can try and debug it. Like, it's kind of possible to debug this. It will just be a little bit weird. So, we'll give it a try. Is Railroad using JDK 25 yet? No. We are still using 21. Once again, one of those things I'll have to get round to. But honestly, there's a lot of things I can't do at the moment until this is merged, and somewhat more importantly, until the Java parser is merged. This method wasn't called. Wait, now I'm a little bit baffled. I really, like, there was no universe in my mind that this method would not be called. Because it loaded. Like, the loading thing is gone, so it's finished loading. How is that method not been called? What? Okay, wait. Now I'm really very confused. Where is this method called? Here. Maybe it failed? Oh, it doesn't log the error. It should really log the error. Why doesn't it log the error? Okay. That's interesting that it failed, actually. That's probably why it's happening so quickly. Right? That's probably why it's just loading, stop. Whereas it should be like loading. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going crazy. Let's see what happens. Hello? Aha. Yes, that's what I thought would happen. So. Don't laugh, Lone Wolf. I'm going crazy, okay? No model of type Railroad project is available in this build. Okay. Yeah, I did wonder if that might happen, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So the reason this is happening is because previously we had an init script. In the assets, we held an init script, which would actually go ahead and attach the different Gradle things. But we removed that because I figured we probably don't need it. And it turns out that was not true. We actually do need it. That actually kind of... Okay. That kind of really poses a problem. Because that might mean I have to rewrite everything. That can't be right. There has to be a way to do that without rewriting everything. I don't know. What is your run configuration? What do you mean? What is my... It is just the run task. That's it. Tasks, application, run. That's it. There has to be a way to do this without having to rewrite everything. Let's think about it. Let's look at the implementation and think about this. So it calls load model. Shit, I really don't think there's a way to do this without rewriting everything. Is there? There must be. There must be a way to do this without rewriting everything. Does connector have an init script? Init? No! Come on, please. There has to be a way. Maybe in the project connection. Maybe I can do connection dot init script, please. No. Okay, maybe. Oh shit. Oh shit, guys. I actually think we might have to rewrite everything. I don't see a way that we could provide. I mean, the problem is we're not even trying to do a build anymore. We're just trying to create a project connection. But that's not going to work because we need to do a build so that we can add the init script. I can't think. But there has to be a way. Let me just look on this again. So, I mean, we could do a build. We could do a new build. Maybe if we do connection dot new build, right? Because then we can pass in the init script. I think. I don't remember how. Is it with arguments? Or is it with... I think it's with arguments. I think if I do... No. Looking for with arguments. What's the difference, though? I don't know. Gradle command line options... Oh, not all Gradle command line options are supported. Only the build arguments that configure the build execution are supported. They are modeled into the Gradle API via org.gradle.start parameter. Examples of supported arguments --info-p. The command line instructions that actually separate commands like --v are not supported. Some other instructions like --Damien are not supported. The arguments can potentially override some other settings. Hey, I mean, what is start parameter? Start parameter defines the configuration used by a Gradle instance to execute the build. The properties of start command parameter can generally correspond to the command line option of Gradle. You can obtain an instance of start parameter by either creating a new one or duplicating an existing one using new instance or new build. I don't understand. So I can create a new start parameter? Oh, look at this. Start build options. Ooh. Does this work? Buy from command line? No. Configure? No. How do I use it, though? How do I do that? I don't know. There doesn't seem to be a thing for it, does it? Should we do a little bit of cheating? Is it a known issue that the Minecraft version's options are not appearing? No? Don't think so. Oh, let me just get rid of this for a second. If we give it a run, I think they appear. You can have a look though. So if we go new project, we'll do fabric. Beans on toast. Next. Bean. Next. No, they work fine. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't work fine. You just use a switchboard, right? So if I go, this is the way to know if it works. If I go switchboard.railroad. We want to go Minecraft versions. Yeah, it works fine. You can see all the Minecraft versions are on here. So that's fine. Maybe you have an old version. Make sure you're on dev on the latest version of dev. So I don't know, if you have a fork or something, make sure you've synced it and pulled it. I just cloned it. I don't know, man. This fork I'm on has not changed anything even remotely related to that. So it wouldn't be magically fixed on this system. So I honestly don't know what to tell you. I guess you can create well, there you go. It works for Lone Wolf as well, apparently. I didn't even know you had it cloned, Lone Wolf. But yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't work. It could just be main, like if you're on main branch, it probably doesn't work. I need to update main branch, but I was waiting to do something. I actually don't know what I was waiting to do. I mean, probably once I merge this, I will update main branch again. Or no, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm also gonna finish. I'm gonna add the console window, and then yeah, and then I'll update main branch, because at that point we basically have a working IDE. Technically, very technically. So then we will update main branch. Okay, we're gonna ask Big Man ChatGPT. How do I use Gradles? Sure. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, so you can't actually, like, okay. That's a shame. So you can't actually use the option. I was hoping there would be, like, a typed way to do it, but no, there isn't. That's quite sad. Ah, well. So if we do this, let's just see exactly how you use it again. And I can just look at the git changes and have a look. So lets you just run it, do you? And what does that give you when you run it? Nothing. But I think doing that will then allow you to get access to the model, I think. We just need to add the init script. Now, for the init script, I don't actually know. Let's ask it. I want an init script that applies a Gradle plugin I have on my Maven. My Maven. Can you create this for me? Okay. And it should give me a thing. I feel like that's unnecessary. We're gonna do oh yeah, there we go. Oh wait, no. Wait. Okay, no, I think what it's giving me is actually fine. Okay. So we're gonna create this then. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna go paste. And we're gonna have to fix all the things that it's given us. So like this, for example, this is gonna be Maven.railroad IDE.dev/releases, I think. We can check though. Oh, it might be /releases. I don't actually remember. We can have a look though. Nope. I think it's hash if you want to visit it, like in your browser. I think. Railroad Maven. We don't need these. That's unnecessary. Dependencies. Yeah. So this we do need. So we need to have a look at what that actually is. Yeah, I was actually correct. It is a hash. I don't know why. Oh, let me guess. Neoforge option is broken. Only Fabric works. Yes, that is correct. Someone was working on a PR for Neoforge, but I think they maybe have just given up. Because I haven't heard back from them since I requested changes, and that was like a month ago. Yeah, I requested quite a few changes, to be fair, but there's also a bunch of conflicts now as well, but they haven't come back since. So if someone wants to come and take it over, that's fine. I mean, most of the work, as you can see, is already here. But yeah, feel free if someone wants to come and do that. If not, at some point I will probably do it myself, but I hope we'll just have to find the time for that. But yeah, if someone wants to do that before then, because it could be a while, then let me know. I think this is the one. Actually not sure. Maybe. Would that be the one? I don't know. I think this is just Railroad. I'm not sure. I really don't know. let's just find out. The best way to see what happens is to find out, right? Okay, we should see. Yeah, here we go. So it has given us an error. I did think. Specified initialization script does not exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Oh, of course. Right, because it needs to be a file. I can't just like pass in the initialization script. Right, that does make sense. Kind of a pain in the ass though, because that means we have to write this to a file somewhere. But okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna have to do what I did before. I don't really like it. I actually really don't like it, but yeah, we're gonna have to create a scripts directory. We're gonna have to create a new file. Let's just call it init Gradle plugin dot Gradle, maybe. I don't know. Plunk that in. Oh, we're actually missing a bracket on the end anyway, so that would have worked. Wouldn't have worked regardless. Okay. I don't think this is necessary, right? Can't you just like not have that? Yeah, I thought so. Didn't think you needed that. Yeah, that's fine, I think. It's just complaining because it's meant to be in a package because it's actually under assets railroad script, but that's fine because it won't be when we copy it across. We do just need to actually go ahead and grab that file and write it though. So what we can do, let's create a method to do that because it's going to be kind of annoying. So private static path write init script path is equal files dot temp file Gradle init script dot Gradle sure files dot write string path write string is what I wanted to do. Or wait, no, maybe not actually, because oh no, what we can do is we can do files.copy and then we can do app resources dot get resource as stream, and then we can do script, I think. I don't remember. Yeah, this starts with assets railroad. Okay, so we can then do scripts / Gradle init script dot Gradle, and then we can copy that to the path, replace it if it exists, and we can also do path dot. There's a way to like that. I think so. Yeah. And then return path. Right, but that's obviously going to need to be try catched. So try catch. Yeah, kind of, maybe, not really. We don't want to throw an exception. Or do we? Do we throw an exception? Sure. Exception. Even on the latest fork of Deadbuild, I get errors when generating the project file, so I guess I'll wait. I'm going to assume that those said errors are related to one of the issues. I assume they're related to this. Something similar to this. Would be my guess. I think someone also PR'd that actually, and I haven't looked at it yet. Is that correct? Did I imagine it? Maybe I dreamt it. I thought... Oh, never mind. Okay, they fixed the shortcut thing. Right. Okay. Also, have they done my changes that I requested? What do you mean? Where does it say 6-7? Where have you read that? I don't even know where it says that. Oh. No. Okay. What's the new one? The new one's like 8-9 or something, right? Fucking hate that shit. Okay. Okay. Path init script is right init script. Let's try and we'll also catch an exception here. So catch. I don't want to throw a new exception though. Right? Because oh no, I can because it's safely, so that means it can throw. And that's fine. So then we get the init script, plonk it in, boom. Oh, it needs to be to absolute path dot toString. And I think that will work. So if we go ahead and run that now, hopefully that will then cause these to be possible. But we'll see. There could be an error with the build script, of course. Or the init script, I mean. Hello? Oh. For some reason it didn't open in the foreground. I don't know why. Failed to load Gradle model. Let's see what it says. Failed to write build script. Interesting. Really? Caused by null pointer exception. Really? Oh, it's init Gradle plugin. Hello, XanC. Welcome to the stream. We were just talking about you, actually. Funny enough, that's kind of crazy. We were just talking about your PRs. Like 2 minutes ago. Probably like 5 minutes ago, actually. That I need to review them at some point soon. That's what we were talking about. Caused by plugin with ID Railroad could not be found. Okay, I did wonder if it would do that. Right, so this means that this is not the plugin ID. Is it just dev.railroad IDE.railroad? Maybe? Maybe? That would be good. I don't necessarily know. Oh shit, I don't want to run debug mode, really. Let's see. So, same problem. Still can't find the plugin. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what we can do, chat? We can do a little bit of cheating to figure this out. What we can do is we can spawn us a codex, and we can get it to write an init script based on the actual plugin project, and that way it will know from the build script exactly what the ID is. Because honestly, I don't really understand what in here is setting the ID. Maybe it's this? Like, I don't really know. Like, I would have thought the name of the plugin was just Railroad, but I guess it's not. It could even be that this is wrong. It actually very much could be that that is wrong. Now that I think about it, actually. Oh. Okay, now that I think about it, I actually don't think this is the right one. We go back to here, because there's two, right? There's this one and there's this one. Actually, I actually don't know. It could be this one. Do I think it's this one? Maybe we can try it. I actually don't think it is, but we can try it. What happens? I'm gonna guess it didn't change at all. But now I think it might just be Railroad. Wait, I want to try one last time. And then we'll do a little bit of cheating. It's not really cheating, though. Yeah, same problem. Okay, so what we can do is... Can you write a Gradle init script that would be used to add and apply this plugin to a Gradle project? Okay, let's see what it says. Because it should be able to understand Gradle better than I can. Okay, let's see what it says. So dev.railroad IDE railroad-gradle-plugin 1.2.1. Interesting. Let's try it. I don't know if that's necessarily correct, but let's see. So, kaboom. Go back to here. Kaboom. Save. And in actual fact, we should just be able to... No, I don't think we will be able to reload, actually. I have to rerun it. Okay, still nothing happened because... Yeah. If you had two choices, one either to eat pineapple pizza or the other to eat chocolate-covered scorpion, which would you choose? I don't know. It's pretty hard. I think I would just gross out eating scorpion. I don't think... I mean... I can't imagine, I think it would just be like, you just crunch on it, and I don't think I could. I mean, if I didn't know what it was, then probably. But I think knowing that it was a scorpion, I don't think I could do it. I don't know. I would probably have to go into pineapple on pizza. I don't like pineapple, and I certainly don't like pineapple on pizza. So I guess it depends if it's the only thing on the pizza. Like, I think you could probably mask it if you had enough other stuff on it, right? When I was at school, they brought them in and I just ate it not knowing what the... Bro, that's crazy. Did they... Yeah, but surely they must tell you. They're not just gonna, like, give you some random thing and not tell you what it is. And that's probably not even legal. Right? I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be legal. Unless they got, like, your parents' consent. Because that would be crazy. I can't imagine that. Also, why is your school bringing in chocolate-covered scorpions? Like, what? What kind of school do you go to, bro? Like... That's crazy. Oh. I may have found it, chat. Wait, why? Wait, what the fuck? Okay, wait, I think it's this one, but I'm a little bit confused why it's in this format. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say I'm just gonna copy this. I'm just gonna copy the entire thing. Some of it's technically kind of unrelated. But... Oh, I friggin' closed... I closed the terminal window, so I can't even ask it, like, hey... Ah! I mean... Okay, let's think about this, right? So what this is trying to do is it's trying to use dev railroad IDE railroad-gradle-plugin. If we have a look on here, we can see that actually it's living inside dev railroad IDE railroad-gradle plugin. No dashes. So, pardon me. I think we can actually use that as the... Wait, no, I'm not sure. So that would be the... The thing is, I don't know if this is resolving or not, right? Like, do we know if this is resolving or not? Like, if I just put in here, like, some fucking random value, does that error? Let's see. Because if that errors, then at least we can find out if that's a problem or not, right? Okay. Oh, but it's just saying that a notation is invalid. It's not necessarily saying that the thing is invalid, right? So we can just do like that, colon, that, colon. I hate that I'm going to do this. Sure, whatever. Okay, and let's find out. Let's see if that says that's an invalid thing or not. Oh shit, I accidentally put a semicolon. Fuck, man. Let's see what happens. Try again. Okay, so it is actually complaining that it can't find that now. So, therefore, I think this is probably correct. Right, so let's do this. No, not that. This. And I think we need to put the dashes in here. 1.2.1. Hello, Wide. Welcome back again. Right, and then we're saying that this is what? What are we saying that this is? We're saying that this is this one, right? So dev.railroadid.railroad plugin, and then we're saying that we have set. Okay, this is so stupid. dev.railroadid.railroadGradlePlugin.gradle.plugin. Right. .gradle.plugin? Maybe? .dev? No, that can't be right. That can't be right. I don't know. I have school tomorrow, but I just want to stay a little late today because it's the last week before winter holiday. Damn, your winter holiday starts early. I think. Wait, no. Yeah. That's quite early, I feel like. I actually don't remember when it starts in the UK. I feel like it's like, I don't know. I feel like I remember going to school on like the 20th of December. Maybe I'm imagining it, though. I feel like it's really late. I know at university, it's a little bit earlier. I think maybe like I don't know. I'm probably just making up numbers, but I think it's like the 16th at university. I don't know. I remember it being a lot earlier. Or at least a little bit earlier. They finished on the 19th. Ah, well, there you go then. So I was probably right. Some years it probably is the 20th, I imagine. Maybe. I don't know. Because I feel like I remember going to school on the 20th at some point in history. Granted, going in during the last week is like so pointless because you don't do anything. Right? Like, you don't get work done in the last week. It just doesn't happen. Or at least I never did. Or none of our classes ever did anything in the last week. It's just like a do whatever the fuck you want week. I have 3 weeks of holiday this winter and another 7 days that I haven't decided when to use. Damn. I have infinite time. I don't have a job or any real responsibilities, or I kind of have as long as it takes me to get a job, I guess, which is kind of great, but kind of also not great, like at the same time. Like, I like having a lot of time, because it means I can just do a lot, and I'm not like, oh my god, I need to get this done. But then it's also like, I have no money now, man. I need money. So I also really do a job. But Okay, what I'm gonna do, I think, I wonder, railroad. I just want to see if I can find the commits where I deleted the old ones. I have. So, the reason this would be helpful is because, interesting, so in the old ones, oh, pardon me. Yeah, so in the old ones, I actually directly just like applied the plugin file, which actually, I guess, could work, right? So if I do like, basically get rid of this, right? And then do like, I guess that doesn't really work. Maybe I can like apply plugin here. I doubt this is gonna work, but I mean, it's worth a shot. Yeah, it's hard to balance passion projects and work life. I can imagine, man. I mean, I would say right now I'm kind of experiencing that, but I'm not, because I'm going into London every single day of the week, which I wouldn't be doing. You know, if I actually had a job, I wouldn't be going in every single day of the week to friggin' London. So like, it's kind of not really like normal per se. So I would have a lot more time generally. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, so what was I doing? I'm completely lost. When does your work experience finish? It finishes on Wednesday. Wednesday's my last day. I mean, hopefully, like in an ideal world, like a proper great ideal world, I get a job from it, right? That would be great. But like, I don't know how likely that is, realistically. Are you having a nice time? Yeah, alright. Other than the fact that I have to use Java 8. Don't enjoy using Java 8. It's not super fun. But you know, industry. It is what it is. But actually, it's so stupid, right? I've complained about this. I think I've complained about this to Alex a bunch, but like, it's so stupid. So they're currently, I don't actually know how much I can say. I'm not under NDA, so actually I think I can say whatever I want, but they're currently in the process of upgrading everything to Java 17, right? Which is great. That's all good. Cool. But they've got me to work on a new project, right? And they want it built in Java 8, even though they're upgrading everything to Java 17. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you, whilst upgrading everything to Java 17, create a new project and start it in Java 8? Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. I wrote it in Java 17 first, because I thought, oh, they're building everything in Java 17, so I will start it in Java 17. And I went to friggin' show them, and they were like, oh, but you need to write it in Java 8 first. And I was like, what? What do you mean? I genuinely, I cannot fathom a reason for why you would do that. Yeah, first, because they're going to write it in Java 8 and then they're going to upgrade it to Java 17. But it's like, why? Why not just start on 17? It doesn't make sense. And it's also like, once they've upgraded everything to Java 17, they are then going to upgrade it to Java 24, I think. Like, just surely it's better to just go straight to 24. I don't get it. I really don't. Genuinely. But I will stop I will stop rambling on about that because it just doesn't make sense. Also, like, I think they've been trying to update to Java 17 for like a year. And I don't know how that's possible. Like, I feel like they... I don't know. I think it's just industry. I think industry is just slow. I think that's what it has to be, right? Because realistically, like, Railroad, it's kind of a little bit different, but like Railroad, I could update that to Java 25, right? From Java 21, I could do that in about 30 seconds. Because there's just nothing I have to change. Like, it's literally going into the build.gradle, 25, reload, right? Oh, wait, wrong project. But you get the point, right? Reload, run. That's it. Right? This kind of wrong project. So it's a little bit different. Maybe it's because the dependencies are not... So, okay, that's what I thought, right? I thought, okay, maybe they have dependencies which are, like, taking forever to update, right? And I was literally... When they were telling me about this, I was literally about to ask, like, is it because you have some dependencies which are stuck, right? I was literally about to ask that, and then they proceeded to say that, oh, we're doing this because all the dependencies are already updated now. They've been updated for ages. And I was like, I actually lost it. I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like, if all your dependencies are updated, why can't you update? Like, there's nothing stopping you, right? I don't know. Maybe it's because they're trying to, like, I wonder, are they trying to rewrite the entire code base to actually use newer features? Maybe? But it's like, is that really necessary? Like, to some extent, yes. Like, that would be great, because obviously your code's going to be better. But it's also like, I mean, if you just want to update, you can just do it, right? Like, I don't know. I'll stop rambling. But it's kind of crazy. But I guess that's, yeah, as I said, I think that is just like industry. Things are just slow. At this point, you should be writing the whole app. Well, the thing is, I haven't, like, it's kind of crazy. The whole time I've been on the work experience, I haven't actually seen any of their code. Like, any of it. Which is probably why I haven't signed any NDAs. Because I haven't seen any of their code. Everything they've asked me to do has been writing something from scratch that they said they're going to use. So I imagine that's probably why, because I haven't signed any NDAs or anything. I haven't signed anything. The only thing I've signed is a freaking risk assessment form. Like, but I mean, it's just industry, man. I think like it has to go through so many friggin' layers of like reviews and all this stuff, which like to some extent is sensible, but to some extent it's over the top. Like any change you have to make, any change you make goes through like, I don't even want to know how many layers. How long do you say that? It's only for 2 weeks. So it was last Thursday, so not this Thursday. Last Thursday is when I started. And then I'm finishing on the upcoming Wednesday. So 2 weeks, 10 days, basically. It's the same in my company. You don't have access to the NDA stuff for the first 3 months. Yeah, that probably makes sense. So yeah. I imagine that's probably why I'm not seeing any of their code. I mean, I don't like, I'm curious how, I don't know, there's a lot of things I am a little bit curious about with their code. Like, is there genuinely things in their code itself that is stopping them from updating to Java 25? If the dependencies are up to date, there has to be something in their code which is like stopping them, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe they are like accessing like JDK internals or something, right? Because that's the only thing that's going to change and be like not available in newer versions. Or maybe, and maybe it is updating the dependencies, right? I suppose if they're going from Java 8 all the way up, but then that wouldn't take that long. I mean, I don't know. I bet it's a dumb RP. It probably is. Probably. Because I think they have a lot of security stuff. I won't say what the company is. Not publicly, anyways. But I think they have a lot of security in place because they're very how do I say this without giving away the company? It's a very big company, what I will say. So that's probably why. But who knows? They have stuff that everyone uses, basically, is what I will say to explain it. Everyone has used it. I can absolutely guarantee. Okay, maybe not guarantee. Okay, if you are, one second. Let me do a quick Google. Okay. If you are 15 or older, you have almost certainly used their stuff. But yeah. I'm not gonna say the company name. Not because not necessarily because like it's a secret. But just I think it's probably for the best that I don't go publicly shaming them for taking so long to update to Java. What? Or 17, I mean, not 21. Why does age matter? It does, but not in the way that you think. I know what you're thinking, and it is not that. But it does matter, because you can't... I can't think of a way that you could ever interface with the company. Like, yeah. I don't think you could. Unless maybe if you're a thief. Sure. If you're a thief, you could do it younger than 15. But you'd have to be stealing. This is turning into a little bit of a riddle here for you to try and figure it out. I say 15. I mean, Google says technically you can 11, but like, I don't necessarily think that's Okay, here's the thing though, like even if you knew what it was, like there's multiple companies that do the same thing. It's not like it's the only company that does it. So you would be stuck between like multiple companies that do the same thing, right? So you would have to figure it out, and you wouldn't be able to do that. I mean, there aren't many, I don't think, that do exactly what this company do, but I think that there's a couple. Let me have a quick Google. I am actually curious. How would I even... Oh yeah, I guess that's their major competitor. Yeah. Okay, fine. There's 4 main other competitors. Oh, yeah, actually, there's quite a few. Oh yeah, I guess that is one. That's actually probably a more popular one. Which is kind of funny to say. The thing is, even so, I guess it's not really like a well-known company. Like to consumer, it's not a well-known company. To a business, it's a well-known company. Anyways, we are completely and utterly sidetracked right now. Where were we at? Yes, we were trying to apply the plugin. Right. I think this is correct. I don't know why I'm thinking it's a telecommunication company. I mean, you don't have to be 15 to use that, right? Maybe you do in some countries, I guess. Can I just do settings to apply? I don't know if this is a thing you can do or not. I mean, like, the company isn't going to watch this stream, right? I mean, that's not going to happen, but, you know. And I'm not necessarily saying, like I think it's generally a problem in just industry in general. I don't necessarily think it's the company itself having a problem. I think just it's how industry works, right? Just the fundamental model of the industry, just happens to work that way. Yeah, having all these layers of like I wanted to say bureaucracy, but that's not the right word. I don't know. It's saying the same thing, isn't it? I don't know. I don't friggin' know how to fix this, and it's pissing me off. Okay, you know what I'll do? I know what I'll do. We're gonna cheat again, but we're gonna cheat in a different way. Actually, kind of the same way, but a different way of doing the same way. I'm gonna ask it. Just generally, I'm gonna ask it what is the plugin. Get out of here. I'm gonna say, what is the plugin ID that you would use to do, for example, apply plugin. Hold on. The plugin ID. Oh, wait, like this, I think. Let me get rid of that as well, so it doesn't try and go and read that file. Let's see what it says. Use the main plugin ID dev.railroadid.railroad_gradle plugin. You can apply and agree with apply plugin. Isn't that what we have though? Yeah. I mean, it's only complaining that the settings doesn't exist, right? What about when I want to apply the settings plugin? Dev railroad ID railroad gradle plugin dot settings or apply plugin dev.railroad ID dot railroad gradle plugin dot settings. No, that's what we have though, and that doesn't work. I think I can just actually do this. Right? I don't think I have to do those weird little block things. I think I can just do it here. I don't know why I called them weird little block things. They're called closures, but regardless. Moving on. Does that work? Okay, now it's complaining that that one doesn't exist. But now it's not complaining about the settings plugin. Right. So actually, maybe we did need that? Oh, no, it's probably because this one was happening first, causing that one to then fail first, right? So, like, if I run this... Right. I think open that. It should now say that the settings is failing. Okay. So we're going to go back to Codex and we're going to say it's not working. Then we're going to say this. And then we're going to say this is my init script. I think ID is going to be something stupid. It's going to be like... It's going to be... You know what it's going to be? What I reckon it's going to be is this. I reckon this is what the ID is. And it's stupid, but I reckon that's what it is. Is there a chance that the two plugins are code dependent? I don't know. Maybe? I mean, ideally, right, I would just be able to do apply plugin, Railroad, and that would be it. Right? I wouldn't have to even have this. That's all I want it to be. But I couldn't get that to work. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I just couldn't get that to work. Setting plugin ID is still the issues. You need to apply it in the second class path, not the project. From an init script, you can do this. Okay. I mean, I guess we can try that. It also wants me to add the Gradle plugin portal. I don't... Oh, no, we already have that. Never mind, I see. I mean, I don't think that's going to change anything. But we can try. No, exactly the same issue. Right, so what we can then do... You know what we can do? Here's what we can do, chat. We can... This is a little bit risky. And I probably shouldn't do this. But I'm going to say that it has network access. Which means it might go ahead and actually look up the Maven. If it wants to. Which might maybe work. The same issue still occurs. And what it might do is it might look up the Maven. Let's see what it says. The plugin is only a class path when it applies to a second object. This isn't going to fix it either. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's going to be exactly the same. Because I think we had this before. But let's have a look. Oh, unless this is wrong. Up here. I don't think it is. That's exactly the same, right? Yeah, that's exactly the same. Okay, let's try it. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be the exact same issue. Yeah. Exact same issue still occurs. Can you check the Maven repo? And what that might cause it to do is it might cause it to actually go and have a look on the Maven repo. Because it has network access, right? So it should be able to do that. See what it says. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Actually, that's a good point. Let's have a look. I don't think that would be the issue, but if we go into, say, here, and in here. No, it does have 1.2.1. That's not the issue. class path. That's exactly the same, right? Yeah. I checked the plugin marker for the settings plugin isn't there. The URL Gradle would resolve for the marker is that returns 404. Yeah, that's not correct because it's dev railroad ID railroad Gradle plugin, and then it's these two. What I'm gonna do, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna copy a link to that file, and then I'm gonna tell it, this is where the settings seem to be. Oops, don't do that. This I always forget that pressing enter actually enters it. You have to do Control J. It's a bit weird. So let's see what it says now. I'm also wanting to figure out why. Like, why the hell is the settings one inside this weird-ass path, right? But, I can reach the marker in the repo at the path you linked. The remaining cause is usually that the setting plugin is still being applied in the project class path instead of the setting class path. But that's not... I feel like it's just completely ignored the URL I sent, right? Or am I crazy? Did it not just completely ignore the URL? Because I don't think... I mean, we can try this, but I'm pretty sure that is exactly the same. But sure, let's give it a go. So, yeah, it says the exact same thing. So I'm now going to tell it that it's being stupid. Okay, let's do this. So let's go in here. Boom. Boom. So let's copy link. The settings is here. Control J. Control J, Control J. And then we go back to here. And we say the normal plugin, the project one is here. Control J. Okay, and then we go to here. The plugin itself is here. Provide me an updated init script that uses the correct location based on these URLs. Okay, we're just vibe coding at this point. But let's see what happens. So, why is this not? Oh, because that's meant to be like that. Right. But this has just done the exact same thing, has it not? Isn't this exactly the same? See. I think it's exactly the same. Yeah, it is. So in that case, what I'm going to do is we're truly going to vibe code now. We're just going to give it the entire error. Which is massive, by the way. Yes, 45,000 characters. But it should be able to figure it out, hopefully. Come on. God, I hate Gradle. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Holy guacamole. Let's try it. There's no way this works, by the way. But sure, fuck it. We'll try. Okay. So let's try again. Gonna open the project. And exactly the same problem. Like, identical. Exactly the same problem is still occurring. Because it hasn't changed anything. It's still insistent on it being at this exact same location, which I'm pretty sure it's not. The issue is I don't know where it actually is. Like, how do you locate it? You know? Hello, Ilya. We were talking about you earlier, but welcome. Welcome to the stream. And also good night at the same time. Reminds me of when I was an apprentice. It took the team 5 engineers 2 days to solve. Yeah. Yeah. Because friggin' it's just like this kind of thing sometimes is just so stupid. It's just like stupid little things. It's like, ugh. We were talking about you, Ilya, because you're extremely smart. And you can do many things. We were saying how you're a programmer, an artist, and a musician, and also a chemist at the same time. And God knows what else that we don't know about. Oh, and a painter. Yes, you're a painter as well. Okay. But did I? Yeah, exactly the same problem is still occurring. Should I just give it the path to the init file? And just let it, like... I actually hadn't painted in over a year, but today I did it again. That is actually kind of crazy. Lone Wolf is the one that said you're a painter as well. I completely forgot that you'd done any painting, to be honest. But yeah, that is actually kind of crazy. Okay, it's on WSL, but it should be able to figure out that how to navigate to that, because it's still basically exactly the same thing, right? The marker lookup is still failing, so let's bypass marker. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh god, this is gonna be tragic. Sure, let's try it. This isn't gonna work. I can tell you from a mile away. Sure. I'm curious what it's gonna do, but it's not gonna work. Yeah, you should tune into the streams more often, Ilya. You definitely should. Oh. Oh? Oh, I thought it was actually working for a second. Okay, it said a different thing now. So maybe that actually works then. Okay, it's now going to be working across projects, but it should be fine. We are actually going to have to end the stream very shortly, though. Because we do usually end at 10. I did start a little bit later today. I had dinner, but I don't think that's the issue. Yeah, it's not going to be able to work across projects for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe we have to actually grab the model from like the actual build. Maybe. Where is the build, by the way? Where has that gone? Yeah, this guy. Yeah, I think what you can do, I mean, we could because this gets us a build launcher. I think from the build launcher you can actually get a model? No? Okay, anyways, let's see what it said. Okay. Okay, we'll see if this can fix it or not. Oh. Is that true, huh? Is that true? So you actually... Oh. You know, that makes a lot of sense, actually. That actually does make a lot of sense. Also, what is the build environment used for? Oh, it's used for the Gradle version. I see. What is Gradle build used for? To get the root projects directory? Can I just get that from here? Oh, no, I can't. I see it. Yeah. This might actually work, I think. Presuming this works, and this is horrible, so at some point I will have to definitely fix this. If it works, that is. I don't think it's going to work, but we can try. No. No builders are available to build a model of type railroad project. Yeah, that means basically that's the actual thing hasn't worked. Dirty, there was a scam in your server. I took care of it, but I had used the built-in and not yours because I couldn't use the command. But why can't you use the friggin' command in general? Why? Bro, this is friggin' I looked into the integrations, right? And I go to TurdyBot, right? And I look at ban, and ban literally has an override for moderators to use it, right? I can literally even show you this. It literally says moderators can use it, and yet it doesn't work. But I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is a Discord issue. I don't know if it's a bug or what, but Like, it should work. So, I don't know. Yeah. Because I can't even, like, I don't think I can, like, change the specific permissions of the... Can you? Maybe you can, actually. No, you can't. You can't. You can only change it for the actual server itself. Add a channel override? I don't... The problem is you can't do channel... Also, I don't know if I'm going to, like, dox something doing this. I'm a little bit scared. I don't think I will. But, maybe it's because I've got all channels is set to no. But... I mean, I could enable it for everyone. Right? Because, like, not everyone can use it. Even if I enable it for everyone, not everyone can use it. You still have to have the band permission. But I just didn't even want it to show up if you can't use it. But maybe I have to just ditch that, and I have to say... You know, I have to say maybe at everyone can use it? Does that work? Does it let you use it now? I mean, I can't test it. Oh wait, no, I can. I can actually. I can do if I go in here and I do moderator, view server as role, then I can do... Yeah, I can't. Oh, don't want to do that. Oh look, now we can see all the members. This is a pretty cool thing, by the way. I like this. Yeah, people can't ban each other. The problem is freaking moderators can't ban people. It's like, I don't know, man. I can literally just remove that and it doesn't do anything. Right? And if I say at everyone safe, I think it's because of this. But then people can use, I'm pretty sure people can use would you rather. I think you can use that in general. Maybe... Wait. You might be onto something. Someone who said this. I don't know who said this. Was it you, Lone Wolf? I think so. If I do this. So it's disabled for at everyone. Enabled in general. And moderator, it's enabled. Right? If I save... Does that let moderators do it in general? Maybe. Okay. Now, can non-moderators see it in general? That's the big question. Is anyone who is a non-moderator watching the stream and also in my server? Please let me know if you can see /ban in general. Okay, I'll demote Lime. Okay. And then he can let us know. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so I just have to do that then. That's kind of silly. Okay. Anyways, this is completely, once again, unrelated to the stream. We are going to go ahead and end it here. Tomorrow, we're actually not going to be doing Railroad, though. We are not, or at least I'm not going to do a Railroad stream. Yeah, tomorrow I'm actually going to be working on a mod. We're going to do some modding tomorrow. which is kind of crazy. But there's a mod I really want to make. And we're going to do that multi-loader, actually. So it's going to be Fabric and NeoForge, which will be interesting. Just good learning experience for both of those. So that's the plan for tomorrow. We're going to use that, I think, on 1.21.11, which is going to be interesting because that's a version I haven't used thus far. But yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. I actually need to schedule the stream, which I will do after this stream has finished, which is going to be now. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all tomorrow. We're going to do a 1.21.11 is not out yet, I think. I think it is. Is it not? Did I imagine it coming out? I feel like it is. Pre-release 4 is out. Pre-release 5 is out. Release candidate 2 is out. Okay, well, okay, fine. 1.21.11 is not out. 1.21.11 release candidate 2 is out. It'll be out soon. Fine, we'll do it on 1.21.10. It doesn't really matter. They'll be pretty much exactly the same anyways. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. I will see you all tomorrow for the mod development stream. And next week, we're going to be back on Railroad again. 1.22 is never happening, Lone Wolf. The next version we're getting is 26.1, actually. But yeah, bye-bye.